guys, it's Izzy here, and today we are going to be doing another tag video. This being the book acquiring tag, so all about buying books, capitalism at its finest. Let's get into it. This tag was created by Enter the Book, so I will leave a link to that channel down below if you would like to check out that video. And honestly, I have no idea where I first saw this tag. I just had in my notes I wanted to do this video, so I think it was a Book Olive, but I could be wrong. But if it was her, I will leave a link to her video. So we have 9 questions here. Let's start with the first one. Do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? So when I go to Barnes & Noble, my monthly trip to Barnes & Noble, I have a general idea. I will be like, okay, May, for example, I wanted to buy contemporary books, and I will have a list of 4 that are on my to-buy shelf on Goodreads, and I will look for those 4 books. This most recent time, they didn't have any of those books, so I ended up impulse buying random books. So I usually go in with a plan, but the plan doesn't always work out. It depends what they have in stock. And then impulse buying, yeah, it does happen. Usually at Target, I usually go after new releases, and if I see that new release I want, then I'll buy it. So it's just, yeah, it's always whatever is there. So, question 2, how do you decide what books to buy? So again, with my planning ahead, I just have a set thing in my mind being like, I read sci-fi in January, romance in February. It's just whatever genre I think matches with that month, so that's what I will go after in the store. So as I said, May contemporary. June, I just have really a good time in summer reading whatever I want, to be honest with y'all. So the contemporary will probably carry over into June, but I'm not 100% on that because, again, it's kind of like a summer break in a sense where I will just be reading whatever I want. Question number 3. This is kind of a lot of questions in one. So what is your philosophy on where you shop? So online versus in person. I like to shop in person better for books just because I love the experience of going in a store. But during the pandemic, I didn't go to the bookstore until I was vaccinated. So I had to wait like a year to go to the bookstore. So I was buying online then. But I do buy some online on Amazon, which I do secondhand through Amazon. You can go and look at used options that usually come from thrift stores all over the world. So I do that. But I mainly like to shop in store, but I do buy online as well. And then large or small, I don't know what this means. Does this mean big business, little business? Because I do both. My small independent bookstore is currently closed because they are like transferring owners. So I am kind of stuck with Barnes & Noble at the moment, but I do both. It's not, I go to Barnes & Noble as many times as I go to the indie bookstore, which is once a month. And then physical, digital, audio. I do all of those. I'm currently reading a book in physical format, I'm currently reading one in audio format, and I am currently reading one in digital. But I would say I like physical best, but I do all of them, so it's not like I don't hate any of them. And the new versus used, again, I don't really mind. I would just like my used books to be readable. So like if the words are all that much water damage where I cannot make out the words, then it's not happening. It just has to be readable, and I will read it. I do not care if it's new or used. So question 4, what about little free libraries? What do you think about them? Have you used one? Why or why not? I love the idea of what is it, little free libraries? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I love the idea of that, and I would go into them. So there used to only be one, and it was in the food court of the mall, which is a really hectic area, and I had never gone to it, but I did see a map recently of all the locations in my city, because when I looked a little while ago, like a few years ago, they were all in like really suburban, like country club communities, like in people's front yards, and I just feel so uncomfortable going into somebody's front yard and all of that. Like, I feel weird doing that. So, but I did see, because I was driving by this little park and I saw one that looked like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that a little free library? And sure enough it was. So now that I do know there are more public ones, like at public parks and just like downtown, I will most likely be using them in the future. And again, I think it's such a great thing to give that access to communities, because they're all over here in all different kinds of communities in my town. So I just think it's so important that everybody has access to books, and especially free books. You can't get better than that. Okay, question 5. How do you feel, or hold on, yeah, how do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share like in a book haul or diary? I feel super excited, and I do book hauls on my channel every other month. I try to do it on my Bookstagram every month, but that doesn't always happen. So yes, I do book hauls, and then I do have a Google sheet. I think that's what it's called, like an Excel sheet, but on Google. And I do log in all of the books that I buy or, you know, receive. It could be gifts or anything like that. I put them all on that chart just so I can, just for fun, I don't know. But yes, I do feel super excited when I buy a book. Question 6. How do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a little amount? So I feel excited. I don't feel dread, because I'm looking down here at all these books I have that aren't on my shelves, and I honestly just feel so excited. I'm seeing all this and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these, I want to read them right now. Obviously that would be kind of hard to read 20 books at once, but yeah, looking at them, I just really want to read them. I don't care if it's a little number, big number. I just see books and I'm like, yes, give me, I want to read them all. So question 7, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? There is no right number. I don't care how many books are sitting here that are unread. They're there, and I will get to them one day, and there's that. So question number 8, do you have a TBR game or process for reading them? So over here I have some jars, and every time I buy a book I write it down on a little piece of paper, fold the paper out, put it in the jar of that genre. So I have it looks like 8 jars, so 8 different genres of books. And then I just pull the name out of the jar, and that will be the next historical fiction book I read or next nonfiction book that I read. So I just pull a name out of a hat of a different genre, and I just do a different genre alternating each book. So last question, do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it, and can it be adjusted? So no, I don't think I have a problem. Like, I jokingly say, yeah, I have a problem, but no, I don't think there's a problem buying books, because books, you gain knowledge from books, you just gain experience, you learn about so many different things, and I think that is so important. And so I think books are one of the best things that somebody can buy. So no, I don't think I have a problem, because I am not in debt or anything like that. I still have a roof over my head, the electricity's running, the water's running, so no, I don't think I have a problem. And can it be adjusted? Yeah, as I said, I don't think I have a problem, but obviously, like, if I do think I could do a book buying ban, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to do one. But I mean, obviously there are different ways of, like, okay, what I'm doing right now is I used to buy books just like, as I said, like in May, I would only buy contemporary books. This time around, I'm doing, so I read 17 books last month, so I can buy 17 books this month, because I read 17 books, so I can add 17 unread books to my TBR. So that is what I am doing with my book buying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave like the shopping bag emoji in the comments below if you made it through the whole video. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!